Today I'll speak about UK self-sponsorship visa. So you will be your own boss. You will set up your own company, and this company will sponsor you rather than going to another employer to get a sponsorship to switch on skilled worker visa or come to the UK as a skilled worker visa. But in UK, self-sponsorship visa is basically a route where you will set up your own company, then the company will sponsor you. It's not a investor visa or entrepreneur visa. This is a similar or the same form of skilled worker visa. Now, in this video, I'll speak the details about what is UK self-sponsorship visa route, how does it work, what is the requirement. As I said, it is the same requirement of a skilled worker visa, but it works little bit indirectly. Basically, the company will set up, and this company will get a sponsor license from the home office. And once the company get the sponsor license, then you will apply for a course for yourself, and then you will switch or you will apply from outside the UK to come to the UK as an employee of the company. What you need is mainly you need a person who is settled in the UK, who will be an authorizing officer for the purpose of a sponsor license application. Now, what is self sponsorship? I hope you understand the main gist and main essence of UK self sponsorship visa. But if I go to the point, then self sponsorship visa is basically an application to come and work in the UK or to switch inside the UK for your own business without need of having a UK sponsor. Now, how does it work? So the question is, the main question is, looks like a very easy system, but how does it work? If you look into the sole representative of business visa, or if you look in investor visa or entrepreneur visa, or currently the visa route for business people, which is more the company, which or even skilled workers, which is very difficult. How does it work? Well, the way it works basically is the same as skilled worker visa. Now, first, as I said, you set up a company in the UK with the help of an accountant, and then you'll set up the business. You don't need to invest £100,000 or £1 million. Whatever you can invest just to run a business. Once the business is set up, then with the help of solicitor, you will apply for a sponsor license. Once you get your sponsor license, then you will request to the home office to allocate CAS, certificate of sponsorship, and then you can allocate this CAS to you, and you can come in the UK as an employee of your own company. So this is how it works. So exactly the same requirement of which is a skilled worker visa. Now, what are the criteria for self eligibility criteria? What is the eligibility requirement? So now, in terms of eligibility requirements, so as I said, same as UK skilled worker visa. So first of all, you must have an intention to do business in the UK. So you set up your own business, set up a company. You can be the lead, mainly the person who will run the company, 100% shareholder. You should have also some knowledge, skill, qualification in an industry relevant to your business, and you must have a business concept for existing running company, and you must have some financial resources to run your business in the UK. It is not necessary to how much, but it depends on your on demand and circumstance of the businesses. For example, if you want to set up a company for the purpose of state businesses, property businesses, where you need a very large amount of money. If you want to set up a restaurant or cafe or an IT company or a consultancy firm, whatever it is, you need, for example, 20 or 25,000 pound or 50,000 pound, or even if you set up a company to run with 5,000 pound, even that is also sufficient. And also, the main requirement is basically you need a British national who or a person who have ILR, indefinite leave to remain. He has to be an authorizing officer for the purpose of Home Office sponsor license application. You must take past life in the UK B1 test, and which is basic knowledge of English language is, of course, B1 is sufficient. And that is the main requirement for eligibility requirement. Now, what document you need to make the application? Now, the document what you need is mainly the skilled worker visa sponsor license application, same requirement. You need to submit your bank statement. Once you set up the company, you will open a bank account, start the business with the help of the person who settled in the UK, and then you can give a business bank accounts. You need to buy a employer liability insurance. You need to, with the help of accountant, you need to register with the HMRC for bad certificate. You need to register with pay and account reference number. So these are the four document mainly you need. In addition to do, also you need some information. So if you have any utility bills, council tax bills, any other certificate from any, if you need to be regulated by any authority, you need to, if you have a website, set up a website, email, company information details. So these are the main document you need to set on the to apply for sponsor license application. The next question: how to apply for sponsor license? Well, as soon as once you get ready all of this document, then what we do, we solicitor, or you can make an application to the Home Office for to get a sponsor license application with the supporting document, and that fee is £148. So this is the main application. Once you when you apply for a sponsor license application to the Home Office, if you are in the UK, you can add at the time of the application for request a cast. So you'll get one cast, which is, if it is not defined, if it's not, you can use only in the UK. If it is defined, you can also use outside the UK. So this is the first things. And then the next question: how much investment do I need for the business? Well, this question is basically, as I have already gave the answer of this question. You don't need to invest £1 million or £200,000. You can invest £5,000 or you can invest £20,000. It depends on your circumstance, the company, the types of business you want to do. And then next question is, will I get a residence permit? Yes. You generally skilled worker visa is, or self-sponsor visa is either 3 years or 5 years. But as you are your own boss, your company gets sponsorship for 5 years. Once you get the 5 years, after the 5 years, you will apply for indefinite leave to remain. And after 1 year of indefinite leave to remain, you can apply for British nationality citizenship. So within 6 years, basically, you will become a British citizen if everything goes on right path. The next question is, how long does the visa for? As I said, the visa you can get either for 3 years or 5 years. It depends your sponsorship. So if you apply for, when you apply for CAS, if you apply for 3 years, you'll get visa for 3 years. If you apply for 5 years, you'll get visa for 5 years. Next question is, can I sponsor my family? Yes, of course, you can sponsor your family. Your family means your family member under the immigration rules, which are basically your spouse, your children. They are dependent on you, so that you can sponsor only your dependent family member, but it doesn't cover parents or brother or extended family member. Next question is, so this is the last question. Now, I hope it does make sense to you. So UK self-sponsorship visa is basically for those who want to set up themselves by way of sponsorship from their own. So this is called UK self-sponsored visa. You will not get this information directly in the Home Office website, but the way skilled worker visa work, this is what all about it. In the skilled worker visa, our understanding, many of you like me, myself, before you used to understand that only the company who have already established business, they can hire employee. But if you are not a UK citizen or settled in the UK, you can set up in the business as well in the UK, and then your company will sponsor you indirectly or directly. Just what you need, an authorizing officer for the purpose of Home Office compliance, who is must be settled or in the UK or a British citizen. So I hope this information help you. If you need any help, my contact details is underneath of this video. Please contact with us and make an appointment. And according to the requirement of your circumstance, we can advise you more accurately, and we'll get a full picture to make a decision whether you want to proceed with UK self sponsorship visa. Thank you. Who watched my video.